Hello guys! Now you've probably been wondering already where I am and when the next video update is going to go online. Well, rest assured that I spent, the last 9 days or how long it's been since the last video in the workshop, and I've been working on new workbenches and on the roof, and here you can see me painting some of the parts of the workbenches and then preparing some steel that is still to be welded together. Most of that is going to happen tomorrow, most probably. And once the workbenches are completed, I'm going to show you that and make a new update video in which I will show you the state of affairs concerning the workshop. But well, after I had painted these parts, I actually made a trip to a very special place that is quite near to my new workshop. Now, as I mentioned before, I have been living right in the middle of Cologne for a couple of months now, but my new workshop is actually about 20 kilometers outside of Cologne, to the southwest that is, and just a couple of kilometers away is a very special place, and most of the footage that you just saw came from that very place. So let me take you there and show you around. But what in the world could this large, bright spot be that is so big that you can even see it on this map right here? Well, from what I heard, it's a large pit, a hole in the ground, and people say that kind of monsters are living inside that are so big and powerful that they can devour entire villages and roads. And I've never been there before, I don't know the way, so this will be something of a wild goose chase, but I'd still like you to follow me along. So I embarked on this rather spontaneous little journey here without any real prior knowledge of the surrounding area. So I just asked Google Maps for the shortest route to a village called Etzweiler that should be around here somewhere, only to learn that Etzweiler does no longer exist. And I learned that when I reached this road blockade here, and I had to turn around and ask for an alternative route. And then the system sent me on this dirt road here. And well, look around. As you can see, sandy ground, no trees are growing here anymore, lots of bumps and holes in the road, and that's really asking a lot of the suspension of my, well, at this point already rather old Subaru. And well, at some point this dirt road also just ends in the middle of nowhere. So there's this little artificial, pile of dirt here, and I just place my tripod on top of that, and I will use the old camcorder with its incredible zoom capability to try to take a look over the edge of the large hole that is only 200 or 300 meters away, I think. So let's start on the left here and then go to the right. And the first thing that we can see here is a gigantic power station, Kraftwerk Neurath Power Station, Germany's largest power plant, a lignite-fired power plant. And these are actually not two separate power plants, but just blocks of the same power plant from different periods. The ones on the left are from the 1970s, while these right ones here were built only a couple of years ago. And much more in the foreground, you can see some large steel wireframe construction, and that is part of a gigantic bucket wheel excavator that is used here to mine lignite, as this is one of the biggest lignite mines in all of the world. And here you can see another power plant, and this is Kraftwerk Niederaußen Power Station, Germany's second most powerful power plant, and of course also lignite fired. And of course we can also spot several bucket wheel excavators in the far distance. These must be several kilometers away, that is why the picture quality is so poor. So the next thing that I now did is to look for a better vantage point that would allow us to take a direct look inside the pit and also maybe at one of the bucket wheel excavators. And while looking for that better vantage point, I crossed this village here called Mannheim, and just take a look at the pictures and see if you notice anything. Well, as you might have seen, most of the windows are shut, there are no people on the streets, and it seems that nobody is living here anymore. Well, and that is true. At least almost true. Of the nearly 2,000 people who once lived here, only around 500 remain now, and this village will actually be destroyed by 2022 as part of this mining operation, and well, the people are already being resettled to another place. And just a couple of minutes later I crossed this little bridge here and then suddenly noticed something very spooky about it. So here we are, guys, the lignite surface mine Tagebau Hambach, and well, probably one of the most obvious examples of the destruction of the environment that I have ever seen. And we all know the problems with this kind of dinosaur technology. And well, maybe you know that Germany is actually a pioneer in renewable energy, and we're doing everything to get away from this. But as I've said, some of the blocks of the power stations that I have just shown you have been built only a couple of years ago. So it seems that coal-fired power plants are here to stay for a couple of more decades. So we can't really do anything about that right now, so we might just as well marvel a little bit at the incredible machinery that is operated here and at the grandiose scale of the engineering effort that was taken in order to make this possible. Now, here I have zoomed to the bucket wheel excavator that we just saw in the panorama view. And as you can see, we have like a car or pickup truck in front of it, which gives us an idea of its incredible size. And I think that this is not even the largest model that they operate here. And here we can have a closer look at the bucket wheel as it digs itself through the ground here at the Tagebau Hambach. And well, that is actually the tool that shaped this entire landscape. And just to give you another idea of the vastness of this mine, take a look at these two things here. Well, these are Caterpillar backhoes standing around there. So, well guys, this was just a spontaneous trip because I wanted to take a break while my paint is drying. And I still hope though that you liked this, and well, let me know if you want to know more about this and if you want to see more exploration of things like this here in Germany, because I'd be happy to do that in the future again. And well, as always, I hoped that you liked this and to see you soon.